do I see you there in the chat? I see Travis. Who else do I see? Jihad. Kay? Hello? How are you guys doing? It's midnight where you are. It's 10 PM. Actually, it's 10:02 here for me. Why now? It was just the best time for me to pick for this. I'm not late. I'm not late. I started on the dot the second. It just doesn't always start up immediately. Why you gotta be like this with me? What up with you, Annabelle? Eamon? Twong? Pixel? Travis? Mark? Oh, hello everyone. Keldron? Loomis? Bruno? Hamid? Panzerpath? Of course, we got Stephanie back here again, and X-Blau. Of course, we've got Doge. Who doesn't like a Doge in the chat? Hello. You got Lantern for free. Go ahead, you do whatever the hell you want to do. It's delay. There is going to be a little bit of a delay. Yeah, even though it's set to normal latency, it's just not super low latency because then we might have some stream buffering. And I know that some people that play DML have the internet speed of worse than a potato, so let's not mess with fire. Don't you have roommates? I have one roommate. Well, technically they're not a roommate, but technically they are. Will the dragons be easy to get? Of course, the title for today is talking about that Chrono Nordic event, whether it happens or not. We're not 100% sure on it quite yet, but from the thumbnail, you see we got that special helmet going on. If Silver isn't here, he's gay. Agreed. But before we get into anything else, before that, I promised that I would give a shout out to someone today, and I am going to do just that to start off the stream for now. So, hello guys, how have you been? And I just wanted to give a shout out to our little buddy here. It was his birthday a couple of days ago. Caleb, you know, he's rocking the hoodie with the logo on it, you know, top tier. I can appreciate that. So Caleb, happy belated birthday to you, and you look cute. I love the blue balloons. I wish that I could have a blue themed birthday party with nothing but blue cupcakes. It would be fantastic. It would be great. So again, I'm happy to have you here, and anyone that buys merch, anyone that does anything, especially at the moment, you know, with everything sort of imploding in the general world, I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. Exactly, it's adorable, isn't it? It's small ninja. Yeah, I didn't even realize the blue hair was a thing until I reopened it. I know. Cute. So, regarding these Chrono Nordics anyway, you know, we've had the Norse themed dragons before, so that's dragons like Freya, and of course those ones before were all divines. God, I'm not used to this new finding system anymore. I'm used to, like, months ago DML now. How am I? I'm fine, Panzer. Love from India. Love from Englando. And I love you, I'm Penguin. Either way, like I said, we've got these divines here, and we've got the Chrono Norse themed dragons. Oh my god. Oh, Annabelle, I always feel bad. Thank you for always being here. I miss you too. You know, it's just schedules and things happening, and, you know, me being in a hospital and things like that means I just have not had a lot of time. So, what makes you say that there's going to be a new event? Well, we know that there's going to be something coming up, because there's been posts about it, and, you know, we don't have many of the old Chrono, or we don't have many of the Norse dragons from the previous events, but the place that we're getting this from is on the, I don't know if it's on the Instagram page, but if we type up Dragon Mania Legends up here, and then we click on here, then you will see that they are currently trying to put out a lot of stuff that's going to say, yeah, there's definitely an event coming. There we go. A new adventure awaits. Join us all week from April 20 to take part in an interactive tale. So we've got that thing going on as well. But like the thumbnail showed, the main thing that we're going off of with this Chrono Norse event possibly occurring is this image here, where it says, who could this armored headpiece belong to? A new event is on the horizon, Dragon Trainers. Are you ready? Anything can happen. Thank you, Vishal, for your donation as well of your 20 carandos. I love it. I love it. I love it. But yeah, like I said, this is the event that we're looking for here. And if we do get a Chrono Divine event, obviously that's probably going to end up being similar to the previous Chrono Divine events, which, you know, again, we don't have many of those dragons, but an old example of a Chrono Dragon is Chrono Hades, like we have here. And who else do we actually have? We've got Chrono Erlang Shen. He was a pretty cool looking dragon, not gonna lie. So, I guess the main issue with the fact that we're possibly getting another Divine event is that for most of you, you've probably just been playing the Ancient event, and we haven't had really a break from events for a while now. And it wouldn't really be an issue having so many events if everything wasn't just so tedious all the time. You know, I'll keep begging and begging and begging. I'm just begging, please, please make the event time as a little bit more manageable. We don't need 6-hour resets for everything anymore. You know, that's a thing of DML's past. Can't we move forward and be better rather than just stagnating? You miss me so much. I miss you. You unsub so you can sub again. That doesn't actually do anything. I have Loki and Thor. Yeah, basically, I've got very few of the old Norse-themed dragons. But if we're getting a new event, potentially we might get either some of the old ones or just new upgraded versions of them. We'll have to see what happens, but you know, I do worry about the event side of the game in general. I mean, I haven't played DML really fully, as full on as I used to, for like 3 months now, and I don't particularly miss the game, because even when you come back, it's exactly the same as it was. The same sort of solo events and the same sort of breeding blitz cancer that we've had before. I say that both as a pun because it's actually AIDS and the fact that it's the cancer dragon. There you go. A double entendre for you. Been a long time? Yeah, glad to see you back, Shagwa. Athena? Who knows? We could have new original dragons if it comes out. We could just have upgraded Chrono versions. Again, at this point in time, nothing is 100% confirmed. Just want to point that out. Nothing is 100% confirmed, so don't be like, oh my god, there's a Chrono Divine event. Oh my god. This might not happen. But it could happen. And people have been begging for it for quite a while now. You're really bad at the game. How can someone be bad at DML? You just not log in? I'll destroy all of you. Wow, that's cute, Mark. Everyone loses interest? Not necessarily. I mean, have you seen people that play games like League of Legends, how they've just been playing that game for like the last, what, 7 years or something? And they just never ever stop? The thing is with DML, it's just really difficult to keep people playing for a long period of time, because again, it's the same thing every event. Feed dragons, collect gold, catch creatures. I've done it a million times, it feels like. The super chat ain't working. Oh no! Oh no! Ripperoni and pepperoni, dude. I mean, you know, it's COVID time in the world, you know, save your cash. I'm not going to sit here and beg for money when everyone's begging for their souls. Hello, Diego. You're watching DML Reborn, you're a star. Again, that's the purpose of the DML Reborn series. I'm glad that people can actually find that and find some use out of it. Although, how old is DML Reborn now? A couple of years old now at least. So some of the advice in that is probably outdated, by quite a bit, because now we've got ancients and, you know, loads of divines and that. So, I don't know. I mean, it has been a consideration that maybe I should restart again, since, you know, things have changed quite a bit now, or mainly the fact that it's pointless to try and optimize truly anymore if you're a new player. So, I don't know, I'll have to think about it. It's just putting in the effort to do the normal videos whenever they came out, and doing DML Reborn and other stuff. It's a lot of effort, assuming I even have the time as it is, which not really. Well, I do have the time, but just a little bit stressed recently. A lot of things have happened in life. Hello, Bryn. Hello, Pixel. You have Rate, Zenrin, Ikez, Cancer, Hermes, and Water Lily. All of them on your team. Cool. Gianna, hello. You're a huge fan. I'm glad you're here, Pixel. Glad to see you in the chat today. Hashtag release Apollo, hashtag free Apollo, hashtag free Apollo. Which one is better, Loki or Autumn? Loki. The thing is, Loki is just better than the Autumn Dragon because he has higher base stats, and plus people, the majority of people would say that Divine is just better than Legendary in terms of the uses that it has for the actual level 6 upgrade of the element. So Loki is better in every conceivable way, but the investment of getting another, like, if you have an Autumn Dragon, it's not really worth the investment of getting a Loki Dragon up to level 100 and fully enchanting that, just for the very minuscule amount of benefit you're gonna get when the Ancients just destroy everything anyway now. So, you have lots of merch. Do you? Send pics. You're new to your channel, you're a beginner in DML, so you're watching my beginner guide. Sweet. Again, some of those videos, just pay attention to when they were uploaded, because I have been playing this game for over 5 years now, so some of the content will be a little bit old, and some of it's going to be a little bit outdated. But the general gist of DML is, if you can, log in, use all of your map battle energy, just progress on the map as fast as you possibly can. Again, the top tier strat is to just get one dragon and level it up as quickly as you can and just steamroll the map and get tons and tons of food out of doing it, which means that you can level up dragons faster. That's the fast strat, but it doesn't work too well if you're trying to do the castle events, because you're only going to have one dragon's worth of elements. You got the historical and you're only at level 19. I still don't have the dragon yet. I have actually bred quite a few times this month for it, and it just does not. It's not a thing. It's not happening. You want to verse me? Verse me in what? Because you can't really verse people in DML. I mean, if you want to verse me in another game, I'll probably beat you, but I mean, it's up to you. You want to try it? Can I be your agent? Look, when I said the reason I said earlier when you said, can I be your agent, Quacks, the thing is, I don't know, it's like, everything that I've ever done, it's just always been my own thing, and my own way of doing things, and even if it was just for memes, it just feels like throwing the job of doing things to someone else, even just if it was a meme sort of opinion part. I don't know, it just takes away the point for me. I'll have a think, no. Apollo event, one can only hope. I sit here and hope until the day I die. Oh, Matra, neat! I always see Matra on here. I feel like they're not going to release Apollo because they want people to get hyped when it comes out and make a bundle dragon or do. If the way that they release Apollo is through a bundle only, you have no idea how seethed I'm gonna be. I will be irate. I will be upset. I may cry a little bit. Not tears of joy, tears of sheer anger. You can't play for 6 years. Well, the game hasn't been out for 6 years. I've been playing for 5 years, since that's when it was released. I've been playing DML since the week that it was released, or like the second week that it was released. That's why I said 5 years. Unless you're talking to someone else in chat. Is level 45 high or not? Not particularly, no. Chima? Hello? Can I join your clan? I cannot, Mark. You hope he will get out soon. One can only pray for Mr. Apollo. I doubt it's ever going to happen at this rate, but we can hope. What is the Apollo event? The Apollo event consists of crying every night until Game Loft either gives us what we want or we die. A slow and painful death. Anything else this stream? It's going to depend on how tired I am, because I mean it is already 20 past 10. I don't know, I've been playing Osu again recently because I got my new tablet. I might play some of that, who knows? Have I got a team of 3 ceremony dragons yet? Not yet, Floppy. It's a whip, a work in progress. Hello Super, how are you? Again, I don't know what you mean, what is the Apollo event? There's no Apollo event. Why are you making me upset? Why are you doing this to my poor soul? Why are you reminding me that Apollo is not here? There you go, someone go and add Rodrigo. He wants people to add him in game. Go and add Rodrigo. Is your hand better to play Osu later? I mean, my hand is never going to be good, but I mean, the pen that I'm using with this tablet is actually lighter than the old one, and thinner because I'm using a... What is it? I actually don't even remember what tablet I'm using. What is it? I know it's XP pen. The Star G640 is the tablet I'm using. It's actually so much better than the old tablet I was using, and the pen is too good. I only just realised this is what is this, Megalovania remix? Cute. Mark Groom. Why Mark Groom? So what is a high level? Well, it depends on your perspective. You know, to me, since I've been playing for years now, like, I'm level 156. To me, a high level would probably be about level 140-ish upwards, maybe 130-ish upwards. Something around about that. Have I ever been to the US? I have not. I've been to quite a few places in my lifetime, but I've never been to America. I don't particularly want to. Not because I hate the people, not because I hate the country, it's just I've never had much of an interest, and I don't, especially at the moment with the way that everything's kicking off and the fact that if you get sick over there you have to pay like £1 million just to go to the hospital. I can't be bothered with that. I'm too stingy. I'm too stingy to be American. Is there an open clan that you can join? If you ever want to join a clan or try and find one, literally just keep searching in the open global clans and just send in request after request after request. Sure, you might fail a few times, maybe they won't accept you straight away, but I'm sure someone will accept you eventually. Bluetack is bubblegum you can't eat. Well, you know, bubblegum is one of my favourite flavours, and you can eat some things that taste like bubblegum. I like that. What's a high level for a dragon? I'd say like level 80 plus, probably. Yeah, about level 80-ish. That's when you start getting into the important big numbers. Because level 100's obviously the max at the moment. Yeah, level 80 is probably about it. You don't do heroic mode? Well, you don't have to necessarily do heroic mode, but the thing is, the further you progress on the map, the more rewards you're gonna get. So it is a good idea to do heroic mode, even if you don't really want to. And again, eventually when you clear the whole map, you'll get these blue map fights, and these blue map fights you can see give 856,000 gold base, 72,000 food base, and with VIP that's an additional 428,000 and 36,000 food. And that's just through the click of for me, an instant win ticket. But if you use 2 energy on that, it's actually a massive amount of bonus food and gold that you're going to be getting all the time. So definitely worth it. Again, you should be progressing on the map as fast as you can. It is the best thing that you can do as a player to level up quickly, get all the resources that you need. Yeah, screw what anyone thinks about, you know, this is the best dragon to use or that is the best dragon to use. The best thing for you to do is go through that map. Hello, Chrysalis. I've not watched Lucifer, no. Kuroi Suki Nyan. You think Gameloft should make the game more multiplayer friendly? Mate, if Gameloft were able to implement a proper multiplayer system, something that you could just play indefinitely against other people, the people that had all the ancients would always win, but at least it would give someone something. So if they could implement some sort of MMR system, or just matchmaking system in general, to place like pay-to-win players against just regular free-to-play or whatever sort of players, that'd be great. But those sort of systems take an awful lot of effort, and I don't think they care enough to implement something like that. This morning you woke up and you're watching this? Cute. Not the morning for me, but you know, I can appreciate time zones and such. Alvaro, hello. Remember the days when Zeus was OP? Do you remember the days back when Rocker used to be OP? Oh, I remember. Horn Dragon and things like the Sunrise Dragon. It used to get people say, Sunrise Dragon is so good, it's gonna be good all the time, doesn't matter what else happens in the game, it's gonna be fine to use it. And I was like, yeah, alright, you really think that they're not just gonna increase the power creep in this game? Alright, some people had too much faith, I think. Do you think the Loki dragon is better than the credit it's given? What do you mean? Even with the ancients, Loki is still a good dragon. Don't get me wrong. It's just the ancients are stupidly overpowered. He's still good. If you have that dragon as an option, I'd probably say use it. Why do noses run, but feet smell? Blame whoever came up with it. Is good Fall Dragon to use with Hermes Dragon and Ashkelon? Fall Dragon, I don't really like the Fall Dragon. I haven't liked the Fall Dragon for a while. Especially, you already have one lot of plan, and I don't like the Fall Dragon's other elements, to be honest. But, again, it's up to you, but I would say try and have as many elements as you can on your team. I am not D&D, no. They should make this game less pay to win, but I don't think that they can do that anymore, because if they try and make the amount not pay to win anymore, I think it would just annoy all of the remaining whales, the people that are the only reason this game's probably still up. And then if you piss off the whales, then that's it, your game goes steady bye-byes. I think it's just too little too late to do some good changes in the game. But I don't know, I don't see their internal figures. Who knows what they're saying? Is ketchup a smoothie? No. How long will the Divine event be? Well, if we're going by the old Divine events, then they last about a month, all events included. But the way that Divine events work is you'll have 1 week with one event, 1 week with another event, 1 week with another event, and there's usually a castle event at the end. Anything can change, but that is the general gist, and normally it means that you have to be around for the full month doing all the individual events. But who knows? Who knows? There's a spider on your leg. Say hello to him for me. Time to look up the wiki and see what I've missed for my 4-month slumber from this game. I know the feeling. And Contender, thank you for subbing, my friendo. DML without pay to win would just be 4 lines of code on your screen. You know, there's a lot of pieces to this game now. I mean, if you look at DML videos from 5 years ago, compare them to now, you don't have like anywhere near as many buttons, you don't have all this stuff. Obviously, you've got nowhere near as many dragons. We didn't have the enchantment leagues, we didn't have the arena, we had nothing compared to now. We didn't have the dungeon stuff. You know, we do have a lot going on, but none of it's very complicated and none of it is not pay to win. We still don't have the 2 Geminis for it. You can do events without paying, but it will cost you money or so much effort. Some people it's just not doable. With their life schedule the way it is just not possible. And then other people, like, it is doable, but there's no reason the events have to be that difficult. From a player perspective, why should we have to log in for an entire month of an ancient event every 6 hours minimum? That's just excessive. People literally ruin their lives playing this game. It's sad. Say if you're tired of quarantine, I'm going out pretty much every day, so no, I'm not tired of quarantine, and that's because I have to go out. When are they going to stop doing breeding blitz for the zodiac signs? Probably never, because they probably get money out of it. I'll turn down the music. I don't think it's that loud, but I'll turn it down very slightly for you. There you go. Make you happy? There you go. Yeah, I don't know what's with these YouTube damning emotes, to be honest. Really loud? It's not to me. I don't know, I've got earphones in. It seems fine to me. Maybe it's something to do with the mixer anyway. I don't know, is it just me? I just get bored of the DML music sometimes. It's like, yeah, I don't mind the music. It's sort of like the repetitive tunes that you get in Pokemon. It's like, yeah, I can dig it, but not all the time. You're saying you go outside. I work in a hospital, so yeah, sort of. Sort of how that works. Don't worry, I'm not breaking lockdown rules. I'm not being edgy for the sake of it. Have I said anyone's name yet? You know I have. I've said plenty of people's names, especially at the beginning. Hermes used to be your favourite divine, but now he is one of the weakest. Freya and Oya are so OP. You know, people predicted that this would happen years ago, and people that were really into the game at the time said, no, they're not going to do that. You know, we've got a system in place where the elements dictate the base powers of the dragons, so we're going to be fine. Does your birthday fall on a quarantine day? Every day is technically quarantine day at the moment, so I don't know. I hope you fall. Whoever that was directed to, I don't know why that was so malicious. Why do you repeat sentences? I don't really. Unless you're talking to someone in chat. In England, you're allocated an hour's exercise daily, so you're taking your dog out at sundown. Is it only an hour? I thought it was just you're allowed to go out to exercise, and you can do things in between that. Like, you can have a picnic now, but only if the walk to get to the place to have the picnic is at least more time than is spent having the picnic. Weird. Weird. I really want to know how many people played DML until now. Probably a few million have tried to play DML. But people that actually stay and actively play the game, that's going to be a different story. I don't know, it's like with a lot of mobile games, you'll get a lot of people that will come in and try the games, but not many that will actually stick around, because they'll see what the game's like, they'll see all the microtransactions, and they'll just be like me and go, okay, I'm not really going to bother with this game as soon as it starts getting paid to win, which most people find out within not very long. But enchantment materials, I don't have that many at the moment, because I've been using them on EKES, because remember when that ancient event came out earlier this year? I don't even remember it anymore. But I did use a few materials on him. Exercise, workshopping, essential stuff, yeah, whatever essential stuff is. Depends on your perspective, I suppose. We've been playing for about 3.5 years now, maybe 4. Yeah, we got some long-term players still around. We've got some long-term players that have quit recently. We got long-term players that quit 2 years ago. I don't know, they all have their reasons. All have their reasons. Good to see you again as well, Victor. How to get the Prairie Dragon? You get it through linking your Facebook account. Well, that's how I got mine originally. That's how I got my little prairie way back when. Halil, das event. I don't know what that means. You have a blue-tongued lizard, Dragon Dominator. I hope he's well. I hope you're well. You know, I like my lizards, dragons, anything that looks terrifying, I'm usually a fan of. Apart from actually scary things. Can I say ventriloquist? Why? That's a very odd request. You play for 2 years, that phone broke and got a new one. For anyone that does ever end up losing their account for whatever reason, do remember that you can get in contact with customer care at Gameloft and they can actually fix your account for you a lot of the times, or at least get your old account transferred over to a new account. But that's why it's so important that you take note of things like your recruitment code, your player ID, for all the games that you ever play, especially mobile games. Take note of all that stuff. Like, you have certain games where you'll start them up and they'll be like, this is your code, make sure you save this, because if you don't, you're going to lose your account if anything bad happens. And it's sort of the same with DML. Just take note of everything about your player ID, your platform, your server, and then if anything bad happens, you can hopefully get it sent back over. You know, DML do updates for elements and updates for money, but I always say no, they don't. But who are we lying to? Well, I've never lied about that. I've always accepted that that's what they're doing. I've never defended them on that front. As Chrono Zeus, Garden, and Lilith, don't really like the Garden Dragon either. Just never been a fan of it. Its base stats are quite low for a legendary. I get that the elements can be okay, but I think there's just better options out there. Brawl Stars. What about Brawl Stars? Have I ever seen a person with coronavirus? I know multiple people, IRL, that have died from it. So yes, sort of. In fact, I have people in my nearby, I guess you could say, circle that in fact have it. You know, working in a hospital lends to the fact that you're going to meet people with it and know people with it. You got lucky with the quarantine. Beyonce moved in just before lockdown so we can have a wedding where we can be allowed to be within 6 feet while at the altar. Cute. I heard that most weddings just weren't even going on, or you're allowed, 3 people there? But if it was me, I'd probably just postpone it, to be honest. You made another DML account and you decided to just breed and use nothing but serpentine dragons. Whatever floats your boat, at the end of the day, whatever makes you happy. You know, if something in this game gives you a reason to keep playing, something dumb like that, that'll work. I say dumb, but, you know, it's almost like those challenges that people do for other games, like, getting only knife kills in COD. I guess you could consider it a similar vein to that. I can appreciate it. Is there something you hate about DML, like anything? A lot of things. And I normally don't use the word hate, because hate is a strong word. But the sheer amount of pay to win in this game is the most aggravating issue. And then stuff like the dungeon here. It's like, if they wanted to, they could just not make this dungeon so grindy and painful. But they just keep doing it. They just keep making it grindy and painful and annoying. They never just implement something and make it player-friendly. And that's been the biggest issue with me playing this game for years. It just becomes more and more and more evident the longer you play, and it's just annoying. It's like this game. I want it to be good. I want it to be like the Pokemon games for breeding. It just never works. It's like, no matter how much we beg, no matter how much we pray, they just don't care. They just don't care. Have a good day and stay healthy. Well, I'll probably be sleeping relatively soon, but, you know, have fun. Nazim, welcome back. Yes, this is... Ooh, what town is this? Is this the home theme? I don't remember, but it's definitely Gen 3 music. You missed the old dungeon? I don't, but I also don't like the current one either. You see, I've seen a lot of people, especially older players, recently saying something along the lines of, yeah, I mean, I'd be careful about complaining about things in the game, because whenever we've complained before, the things that we've got in replacement have just been even worse, so be careful what you wish for. But I think that's a completely mute point, because following that logic, it's like anything bad happens to you, just don't complain, because it could just get replaced with something even worse. In which case, wouldn't you complain about the fact that the one giving you the repeatedly terrible options is doing something bad? Why do you just have to accept that things are always going to be terrible? You know, when you stop trying to make things better, that's when I think that people have given up on things, and I don't like giving up on stuff that I like. What's your favourite ancient dragon, and why is it Artoba? Because Artoba is just a green, beautiful boy. You don't remember the last time DML communicated with us? Don't get me wrong. We always have Adam and other members of the Gameloft team communicating with the players. But the thing is, what the players want and what Gameloft as a company wants are two very different things. And I get it. They want to make cash, we want to play the game. You know, it makes sense. That's always going to happen. But there are ways of finding a balance between that instead of just going, we're going to shove in as many microtransactions as we can. That's the annoying part. Is the historical dragon strong? No. No. Not particularly. Millionaires only game. Well, again, DML is a free-to-play game. You can play the entire game. You can get hundreds of dragons for free. You can finish most of the events for free. I'm not denying that. But most of the new dragons that are getting released now are either outright pay to win, or they're relying on people logging in minimum 4 times a day, every single day, for an entire month, usually more time than that. And the amount of sheer time investment and changing your schedules that you have to do just to finish those events is unbelievable. People always end up waking up in the middle of the night or waking up earlier than they need to, missing out on the sleep that they need. And that's not okay, especially in kids. How rare is getting the dungeon dragon on your 3rd chest? Depends on the chest type, but quite lucky. Again, Jadu, you don't need to say that 8 times. Is the pixie dragon a good legendary? You see, this comes back down to power creep again. We've got so many other stronger dragons now, those with just higher base stats, but they're not available all the time. Back when DML was released, the pixie dragon was, I would say, one of the top tier dragons that a person could pick. You know, wind's useful, plant's always useful. Again, despite the fact that there are just outright better options to the Pixie Dragon, it doesn't mean that Pixie is necessarily bad. But if you're someone that is going to be playing Divine events and Ancient events and getting those dragons, you're probably better off waiting and getting a dragon out of those events. But again, that depends on whether you get dragons out of those events normally. If you're like me, and you haven't gotten a dragon out of the recent Ancient events really, then maybe just pick something easier to get. Can you give away accounts? No, I'm pretty sure that is against the terms of service. Same with most games, you can't just sell accounts or account share, things like that, because it goes against the terms of use for the games. And I don't think DML is an exception to that rule. I think it's just the way it is. Francesca Hand! Thank you for your subscribement. Is Tribal a good dragon? He's okay for someone that's just started, pretty much. But he is the sort of dragon that will get replaced. He will get replaced. He's not going to be your start to finish dragon, that's for sure. He might get you through quite a few of the map battles, though. Which is always handy. Stop spamming, Mark. Is the stream just you defeating dragons? I mean, we talked about some of the the potential for the Chrono event that's going to be coming up, because, you know, we've had the other Chrono dragons. If we do get the Chrono Nordic event, or Norse-themed dragon event, alright, Mark, that's it, you're getting banned. I warned you. It doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter how long you've been here. If you're going to be obnoxious, then you're going to get banned. It's that simple, so please don't do it. Don't be annoying. And maybe people would treat you a little bit nicer then. What about the elephant dragon? But yeah, we're waiting on confirmation of the new event to come out. I do wonder, I do very much wonder which dragons they're going to pick. Because just like with Erlang Shen, we've got Erlang Shen here. He was quite a cool dragon, but when he was released, no one really liked him too much. There were a select few players that really were looking for the void and the metal, but most players are looking for like plants and shadows and, you know, just the high base attack elements instead. But then when we got Chrono Erlang Shen, he's a really cool looking dragon. I really like Chrono Erlang Shen. Actually, where is he? Is he over here somewhere? Am I missing him? Am I blind? Where is he? Alright, I'm actually going to search for him because I'm blind. Chrono Erlang, where are you? I don't know where he was, but either way, he's there now. You know, sometimes it's like, you can see things and you can see everything, and other times you're just looking for this one thing, it's like, I can't see it. I'm blind. You lost all your progress when you switch phones. Again, it is annoying, but there are ways to avoid that. What is the best way to get gold? Going on the map, progressing as far on the map as you can, using up all your energy. Best thing for you to do. And also, if you want to generate a lot of gold, also make sure that you've got down as many habitats as you possibly can. So, you can see I don't have a single spot for habitats at all. That's mainly just because I need the dragon space, but... he would have been in that habitat there. Of course he would have, Chrono up there. But, it's mainly, the more habitats you have down, the more gold you're going to be generating. Is the elephant dragon good? Again, it's okay for a starter dragon, but it's not going to carry you into the late game. Is it true that you don't have the pixie dragon? I do have the pixie dragon. Where did you get that from? Or at least I did. What? Oh, that's looking by Divine. There we go. I was confused then. I was like, no, there's no way. No, I definitely have a pixie dragon. I was going to say, I was like, have I sold it? There's no way. How do you get more food? Again, place down as many farms as you can, upgrade your farms, make sure you're doing your map battles as much as you can, and with food, the most optimal food that you can plant are spring cherries, which are the food that you collect every hour. But if you're not logging in every single hour to the game, which most people aren't, Then the next best one is the 6-hour blue cherry, the blue cherry foods essentially, if you haven't unlocked them yet. Just look out for the blue cherries that are under a 6-hour timer, and they are the ones that I tend to plant, even though I don't log in every 6 hours anymore. But they are the second most optimal source of food. I think the third most optimal is the 1-day food, although I haven't checked the table in a while. But the 6-hour food and the 1-hour spring cherries are the best food for you to plant. Pixie Dot, I do have Pixie Dot, but it's on mobile DML, not on PC DML. Is the Hypnos dragon decent? Hypnos, Again, he's another dragon where wind and void aren't really the sort of elements that most people want to be looking for in a dragon. But yeah, he can have his uses, but compared to the ancients, I would say no. Yeah, that's it, squarey berries, but the easiest way to describe it to someone that doesn't have them unlocked or doesn't use them is the blue ones. Which is your favourite dragon? Dark Techie Wacky. Can I even search for him in here? There he is, Dark Techie Wacky. Probably my favourite along with Halcyon, but because I didn't play the previous event, obviously I never unlocked him. So, feels bad, dude. I just got pinged. Actually, I should have just said it was you, so that then you'd be really confused, shouldn't I? Is Snowmelt? Which one are we talking about? Snowmelt? Why do I have two of you? Is Pansy Flower? Not particularly, I wouldn't say. Again, with dragons, essentially when you're just trying to do whatever, or you're just trying to get through the game, you can realistically use any epic that you want. I wouldn't suggest using anything below a 3-element dragon if you're trying to get through the map, because it just doesn't make sense. Why do I have so many of the same dragon? I'm sure it's because I've been hatching them during castle events to feed them up, but my god, they are taking up a lot of unnecessary space. Is this what I'm drawn to do now? Just clear out all the excess dragons, because I don't need all of these. Polar Bear, both good. Again, they're not good, but they can get you through parts of the game. Again, if they can get you through the map battles, which are mostly dictated by your dragon level, then you'll be fine. It's just, be aware that there are much, much stronger dragons out there, so it's not the most... They're never going to be super strong, and you're probably going to have to replace them eventually. Remember when legendaries were good? It's been a few years. Not gonna lie, it's been a few years, hasn't it? Why do I have 3 Cledge? I don't know, that's why I'm getting rid of them, alright? Should you buy the Eternal Fruit Tree? I'd say no. I think it's another one of those things where it's like, yeah, you might see a short-term benefit, but long-term, it's not worth the gem investment. You'd find better value out of upgrading your portal or saving it for, I don't know, a hatchery upgrade. I'd rather upgrade my hatchery or upgrade my portal rather than buy a fruit tree, because then you have to upgrade it as well. Yeah, the only dragon below 3 elements that you can use, as Slack says, is the ceremony dragon. Anything else, and you are committing a crime. I would just like you to know that. You are committing a heretic crime if you use anything that isn't a ceremony dragon. Why are you watching this at 12:50? I don't know. You're your own person, you tell me. Alright, do we have any repeated rares? Yes, we've got 3... Why do I have 3 of you? What is the best early game dragon? There's a few you can use. Obviously you can't use shadow dragons early on, which is kind of sucky. Some of the best ones that you can breed really easily and really quickly are dragons like the Agave dragon. They are super, super easy to breed. You can get them nice and quick, and fire is quite useful, and plant is really useful for just trying to steamroll map fights. We've also got If you're desperate for some sort of shielding against certain bosses, then we have stuff like the Black Armor Dragon, but he's a little bit tougher to breed, and plus he's got metal in there. I got rid of my Liquid Fire Dragons. Should probably rehatch one. Leviathan. Yeah, I've been selling a few dragons over time to make space, and I keep forgetting to actually get more of them. So that's why my Dragon Codex numbers are lower than they should be. Put F in the chat for me to level up my Where is my ceremony dragon? Where is it? Divine. Let's take off that. God, there he is. Look at our wonderful, wonderful boy. Level 50. You God. Should you buy the Dragon Vault? Depends on if you need the space or not, because if you're like me, basically the Dragon Vault just becomes a death zone for dragons. Like, these are all legendaries apart from Rishon, and I can't really do anything with them. What is the weakness of Persicinus? Are we talking about plant? I'm confused. Have fun, Halil! Again, Snowpelt, that's fine, but it's, again, not a dragon that's gonna carry you to the late game. Who loves parrots? I do. I love parrots. Parrots are cute. Where everyone wanted legendaries, how the times have changed. Although I will say, I've never stopped wanting a saggy boy. I have never ever once in my life not wanted a saggy boy, and I have 2 of them. Radiation Dragon. Again, sometimes when people say names I get confused because the names of the dragons do differ depending on country that they're from. What kind of name is Vision? There's no vowels. Hey mate. Places are different. You think Hypno was the best divine because of how easy it was to get? That was one of the benefits. It was just, no matter what you did, there was always a calendar divine or a calendar legendary that anyone could get. Those days are over. Those days are over. Stay home. That's the thing, everyone's staying at home, or most people are staying at home because of quarantine, and yet I've never felt like more people have wanted to play DML less. What is the weakness of grass type? Look, if you're ever confused about anything with the elements, there is a little trick that you can do. If you go into any map battle and you click this button here, it can actually show you what is strong and what is weak against every element in the game. So plant is strong against void, plant is weak to plant and light. Very simple. A very, very simple table right there. Again, if you're ever confused about anything, you can just check that. And then we get to the bottom elements. Legendary, weak to nothing. Divine, weak to nothing, strong against 4. And Ancient, weak to nothing, strong against 4. And it is immune to fire, so that's also wonderful. You didn't realise you can upgrade your breeding den. Boy oh boy, the breeding den upgrades are quite useful. Is Historical Dragon good? No, but the reason you're going to want it is because it's part of the yearly collection. How do you play DML on a computer? And the way that you play DML on a computer is, if I minimize this quick, do that. Basically, you just open up the Windows Store, and then you type in DML, and then you download it. But you will need at least Windows 8, because I think that's when they implemented the Windows Store on PC. Did you get the Dark Tech Dragon? I did not, Nazim. I did not. Sad days. Very, very sad days indeed. And I've already said your name, Mark. Stardust is better. I mean, yeah, Stardust did used to be one of the staple dragons. It was like, If you want a dragon, Stardust is a pretty good dragon. It still is in a way, and again, if you've just unlocked Shadow and Light, not a bad epic to use, not by any stretch, but it's not going to beat the Ancients and Divines and things like that, so you just have to be aware. How do you upgrade your breeding den? You go to the breeding den and you click the upgrade button. You need lots of materials and trinkets for that though. Well, trinkets mainly. Did I get the laser hammer dragon of Kothez? Nope, I did not play the previous event. You want a plant and shadow dragon? If we're going by plant and shadow then, let's get rid of this ceremony out of there. These are all the ones that I have, so I've got quite a few options. Obviously low-key is going to be the low-key best option, but say if you have... What's the most free-to-play version of this? The Empress Dragon? Empress might be pretty good for you. Have you got the Chemistry Dragon? No, I never bothered. It really mashes it in at least my favourite element. If you're early game and go with Void versus Plant, you're gonna get whooped. Yeah, you will. Is the Furnace Dragon good? Not particularly. IMO. It feels like ancient events are rigged. Well, if you saw the public post where they explained that individual DML accounts actually have different drop rates, that one was a doozy. Yeah, they kind of are rigged. Okay, it's not quite rigged, but each individual player profile has a set drop rate that it's going to drop at, apparently, something along those lines, or at least when you sort of boot up the game and your player profile is added to the event database, or however they decide to put it through, that will dictate what your drop rate is going to be and things like that for the events, which I didn't think would actually be the case, but it means that if they ever have to reset your account, then you're going to get the same drops, which means that you can't ever undo it and get screwed over in terms of that RNG. But it does beg the question that how easy is it for them to just make it more difficult for certain people to get worse drops? They literally just have to put in a number, and that's all that it would take. So it is a little bit concerning. YouTube is legit rigged? Oh hell yeah. And I mean, you can pay to show your videos and such to people. As soon as YouTube started going the Facebook route, and you could just start paying to promote your videos everywhere just to get fake views, I was like, I'm really over this at this point. I've never liked it. You can get Empress for not logging in for 2 weeks. It gives an event. Depends. I think there's 2 or 3 different epics that it could be. So it may be the Empress that you get, but you might not. Hello, Breeding Guider. You feel like yours is low. Rip. And do I have all the islands? Indeed I do. Again, we've got all the islands filled out. Mr. Turtle Island. No other islands yet, although I've barely cleared out any of this because this is just a mess. The reason everyone... Oh my god, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I'm not a fan. But I'm not a fan of many famous people. I don't put the time in to really invest myself in celeb gossip or anything like that. I just have no interest whatsoever. No. What is the best way to get gems? You know, Brian, I did make a video on this years ago now of all the different methods that you can use. Obviously the best way to get them is to spend money, and the most value way that you can get the most amount of gems is by waiting until the clam goes on sale. So this bad boy here is normally 16 quid. However, every so often it will go on sale for £2, and I think, what is it, full value, like 800 gems worth? That is probably the best gem deal you're ever going to get. But if you are looking for free methods to get extra gems, there are so many little things that you can do. And again, I made a full video on this. You can go and find it. Just search how to get more gems, insert my name, and you will find it. But there's methods like we've got the quest system, and obviously this has changed quite a lot. Achievements early on in this game will get you tons of extra gems. We've also got methods like recruitment. Like for me, I get gems every time someone uses my recruitment code and gets to level 15. For your average player, this is not going to be the easiest thing to do because getting people recruited into this game and actually leveling up is a lot harder than you'd think. Why don't I level up my hatchery? Because the only way that I can get value out of having 4 hatchery nests is if I constantly have the second breeding den, and I don't buy the second breeding den, and I also don't have 1,000 gems, and I certainly have no interest in getting 1,000 gems right now. So that's the reason why I don't, because I haven't spent money on this game in a while now. Pretty much the only things that I've bought in DML in a while has just been on sale clan subscriptions, and that's it. But you can see right now I don't have it. I'm just running off of 1-day VIP tickets. Watch ads. I played DML for free and I have half of the dragons, but I didn't even get any legendary from the shop. RIP. Yeah, again, if you're going to buy things in the game, I normally, don't ever buy gold, don't ever buy food. If you're gonna buy gems, don't buy these deals here. Just buy the clan when it's on sale, log in every day, get your value out of it. That's all you need. And after a couple of months, you can get a bunch of not breeding den upgrades, you can get the hatchery upgrades, you can get the portal upgrades, wherever the portal is, which I don't know. There it is. Golden portal. You can get the portal upgrades. You know, that's all you need. That clan subscription. Yep, the ruins are really, really good for generating gems as well. You see, whenever you put your dragons into the ruins, they have the chance of bringing back resources, and that includes gem arenas. Super good. Hatchery level 6 is a lot of gems. You have tons of 1-day VIP tickets and you don't even use them. I never used to. At one point I think I had like 40 of them, but as you can see, I have used them now. They will come in handy. Ad space on YouTube is £800. I think you'll find that it's like Facebook and you can just like put a couple of quid in and then they'll guarantee that it gets shown to like 50 people. Why do you have to upgrade the portal? Upgrading the portal is really important, at least to a base level, because again, the faster you move through the map, the better off you're going to be, because you're going to get more food, you're going to get more resources, and when you upgrade your portal, it means that you can actually borrow friends' dragons. Because when you're going through the map here, say that let's go to the point of the map where you can actually borrow friends. Let's go to Mini, for example. We can click on the hire button here, and if we wanted to hire a level 100, obviously that's going to cost 9, but say we want to hire a lower level dragon, so say we want to hire, do we have anything below like level 60s here? I don't know, but basically it's going to cost you at least 7 energy here. 7 energy plus an extra one, that's going to be 8 energy per battle is what it's going to cost. And that's what you're going to need to get through that main part of the map. It does mean that you can get through all of this map up to this point with like level 30 dragons if you just hire other people's dragons, and at that point you're going to get tons and tons and tons of food. That's what I did in the Reborn series, I believe. I just kept hiring dragons and progressing as fast as I could with my own dragons at the same time. But again, the map is so important. This is the main thing that you should be focusing on if you want to progress quickly. 10,000 people for £800, it's so not worth it. I guess if you want the free clout, I suppose, and they're like, oh well, if you invest a lot, then you'll get good gains. Not my thing. The dragons' designs have so much detail and they aren't appealing anymore. Really, I prefer the new dragons to the old ones. I disagree. Why does Toby exist? To make you feel not alone. How long do you think the game will last? as long as they're making a profit, probably, which I can't know the exact numbers, but I do know that the stats for how much Gameloft have been making, at least until last year, that their earnings were going down year by year by actually a considerable amount. I think DML is probably the main game still keeping the company up and running from what I've seen of past figures, so if DML's still making the bucks for them, they're gonna do it. If DML stops making enough, they're just gonna shut the game down. How do you get instant win tickets? The instant win tickets on the map fights that I get, these are only available to people of certain VIP levels. You can see that I'm VIP level 19. Wow, I'm actually close to VIP 20. I never thought it would happen. Which means I spent quite a lot of gems, but the reason that I don't mind spending it is because, you know, when I play DML, I get the money back from playing DML. Whereas for your regular player, you're just sort of investing into I don't like using the term investing, but you're just sort of investing into a mobile game, pay-to-win mobile game, so I don't recommend it. The only reason I ever really did it was because obviously I make videos and things like that, so it is beneficial to me to have these bonuses. But for instance, at VIP 19, I get 35 instant win tickets a day. At VIP level 20, I would get 40 per day. I would get a daily bonus of plus 200%, yada yada, other bonuses. Nothing really too extravagant, but you do need certain VIP levels. Is it tiring to play from the computer? As in, you can't log in as frequently because if you're outside, which most people are at the moment, but if you're outside like me, then you obviously can't bring your PC with you, unless you somehow have it on like a tablet, but I don't have DML on tablet. Is it worth it to upgrade your VIP level? Again, if you're gonna buy anything, buy the clam. Don't just buy gems outright to upgrade your VIP. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. But anyway, we got one more energy for now. I've just been, I don't know, just sort of chilling, answering questions in the chat. Did you buy only clams to get to VIP 19? No. I used to be around in the time before the clam, because again, I've been playing since the game was released, and the clam was not always around. When the clam came out, it was actually quite confusing, because it's like, wait, you actually have a decent value clam? You actually have a decent value gem deal? And by that, it's still overpriced for what it normally gives, but compared to everything else in game, much better value for money. Alright, Myth Lunac, it's great having you here. Mystic, Quadwing, Midnight, they're more annoying than anything else. But no, I mean, if this was out at the beginning of DML, this probably would have been exclusively what I bought. But there was a time where I was working for like 80 hours a week, and I was just so pressured to also want to finish the events in DML that I used to be waking up, getting like 3 hours of sleep a night, just doing things I shouldn't have done to try and finish off events or other things in game just because I didn't have the time. They just make people that feel like they're strapped for time feel so pressured that they want to spend. Don't fall into that trap. Can you spam use one-day VIP tickets to get to a higher VIP level? No. When you use the VIP tickets that are in here, all it will do is activate your current VIP level. It will not increase it. Okay? Remember when you could buy Dragon Fury? That was in like the first month of the game coming out, right? My mouth isn't matching up with my voice. It probably is. It might be you lagging out. But what website do you recommend in case we want to find out more details about event requirements? Number one website you should always use when you're using this game, DML Wiki. Because the wiki itself gets sent information straight from Gameloft. Sometimes they might forget, or it might be a little bit delayed, but the wiki will always have new image files for dragons when they get sent. And like right now the DML wiki, so we go to the main page, it's got the historical dragon, the bottomless dungeon stuff, the dragon of the week, the breeding blitz event, the graze craze. The wiki has everything, essentially. It shows you how many days it'll take to complete the event. It shows you what the pool refresh time is and things like that are, all the way through the events. Again, this does get updated by the players, or again, the people that actually work on the wiki when they get sent the info. But this is the best place for you to go, by far. Do you think free-to-play players can hold until getting Sage Dragon? Yep. I know people that have it. You can still buy it in the dungeon shop on Walmart. I'm pretty sure they were talking about the actual item that gives you instant Dragon Fury. But they may just be talking about the bottles. I love you, Annabelle. Yeah, I don't know. It's like with the Sage Dragon, that's basically just a login dragon, which means that you don't really have to achieve any specific goals in game apart from just logging in. I know plenty of people that have this as free-to-play players, but it doesn't mean that their experience with the game wasn't tedious and it wasn't annoying. But you can do it. Do you have the historical? Not yet. Not yet. As you can see, I am still trying to breed the bad boy, which we don't have much time left. And if I fail this one, then that's pretty much the whole year ruined. Again, I'm trying, but even I struggle trying to breed the dragons of the month sometimes, and with me not logging in as frequently, it can be annoying sometimes when the game just refuses to give you what you want. Patron. Use a patron. Sakizi Bidrisem. I don't know what you're saying, Halil. I was considering whether I should play more games for today, but the thing is, it is 11:13. And all I'd be playing is Osu if I was going to play other things, probably, just because I have been grinding Osu recently. I actually got my highest ever PP score on Osu yesterday, which was pretty cool. It's like you just change the equipment and suddenly everything feels so much easier. Can you have all of my food? I'd give it to you if I could, Super Gaming. But 50 tries, yeah, unsurprising. What was a good starting dragon? I gave Regal, Black Armor, Orange, pretty good. I do have a full video about that as well. What are some of the easiest epics to get a hold of to just blitz through the early game. And then as soon as you get Shadow Dragons like the Rocker, Corn, Stardust, they're good. Any good high DPS dragons in low game? Again, dragons that have plant and things like that, they're gonna be your best bet. So agaves, oranges, they're gonna do it. Yeah, you see, to you, 85 million might seem like a lot of food, but to me, this is a puny amount of food, considering how many level 100s we have now. And just, I need at least, what is it, 340 mil? Is it per level 100 dragon? Something like that anyway, I think. And that's a lot of grinding. It's a lot of grinding, it's very boring. Hello, Adelina. Do I know how to breed the Regal Dragon? Yes, for all of the base breedable dragons that you have in the shop, for example. I'm pretty sure I did breeding guides on all of them, for at least the originals. What is this, Terrarium music? But yeah, again, we've got all of these dragons in here, all the base breedables. I'm pretty sure I did a breeding guide on all of these, apart from the new additions. So that includes the Regal, the base epics and that. So you can go and find that guide. Maybe slightly outdated though. So if you do ever want to know how to breed a specific dragon, we do also have the DML Planner website, which super good resource for you to take out, like just take note of. So we could go Regal, Breed. How do we breed the Regal Dragon? There you go, shows the best combos. Ice plus metal, tornado plus water, wind plus mercury. Yeah, probably don't use wind plus mercury. The other two are bad. 335, yeah, I thought it was about 340. You have 1 million food. Nothing to snuff your nose at. Could be worse, could be 0. Anything is better than nothing, unless we're talking about getting shot. I'd rather not have a bullet inside me. Is Furnace a good dragon? I already answered you, Caden. Not really, no. Do I actually have the Furnace on here? Let's have a look. We'll pop these boys off. There he is. Because sometimes I forget which dragons I have on our PC account and which ones we have on our mobile account. But no, his base stats just aren't that great overall. He's a cool looking dragon, don't get me wrong, but base stats, eh. The Crystal Dragon, ugh, that was cancer. You're back on my wonderful stream. Hello, Dragon Dominator. Dragon Dominator is a very scary sounding name. Oh god, I just hate these breeding blitz events. I have to say, I really like the design of the Meadow Dragon. It's just a cute little rabbit dragon thing. I can appreciate it, but not that I'm going to log in for the solo event to do it. I just can't be bothered. You have a Mask Dragon, Fire, Wind, and Water. Is that good? It's a rare. The problem with rares, which you may or may not already know, is that with the dragons that you find in DML, you see you got common dragons, and they have the lowest base stats in the game, and only 1 element. And then you get rares. Some of those have 2 elements, some of them have 3. But their base stats of rare dragons is going to be lower than the base stat of epic dragons, just like how the base stat of epic dragons is lower than legendaries, legendary is lower than divine, and divine is lower than ancient. And then we've got exception dragons on top of that. So, if you're going to use a 3 element dragon, which you always should be using, don't use a rare, use an epic. Sure, you can say that rares are easier to enchant. Indeed, they are. So maybe if you want to be super sweat, the top tier play would be 2 epics and a rare to get you through the early game. But I don't know, the trade-off for some of the rares have such low HP, it's unbelievable. And I don't know what you're saying, Gisela. I don't speak non-Inglando, I'm afraid. Yeah, good night. I mean, again, it is 11:20. I was considering playing Osu, maybe a few other games as well. But, again, it is getting quite late. And I do need to sleep at some point, since I've been awake since 6 in the morning. So, rather than doing the good old-fashioned DML treatment and just not sleeping, it's probably a good idea to sleep. You know, again, if you're a kid, you should probably be getting at least 8 hours to 9 hours of sleep a day. Adults, at least 6 hours of uninterrupted sleep. That's what's recommended. So, rather than letting games like DML destroy your sleeping pattern in your life, you're better off just being healthy. Tribal, Pansy Flower, and Polar Bear. Again, it's not going to be the best team in the world, but it will get you through what you need, so you can use it. Again, the main thing that is going to carry you through games, or DML as a game, is going to be just getting through that map. And the main thing that's going to dictate whether you win is if you have a higher level dragon, or a higher level dragon that has level 6 upgrades. Because that's one thing I don't really touch on too much, but the academy is also probably the second most important thing about actually progressing on the map. Dragon levels, followed by academy being the most important thing that you can do. So I always recommend upgrading the academy immediately when you've got a new game. What did I play 6 years ago? League of Legends, Uncharted, what did I used to play back then? All sorts of games. I've got thousands of games in my collection. I've got games everywhere. I used to play lots of PlayStation games, lots of random PC games, Steam games, lots of stuff, my dude. You can't play DML for longer than 10 minutes. Oh, trust me, having people here to actually talk to helps a lot. Otherwise, I would not still be able to be here. A few years ago, you had Light being Geyser. Cute. Cute. Very cute. You're at level 117? Nice. Sleep. Yeah, again, it is gonna be... Okay, I assume that is you from before, but there's no point in coming back with a second account and spamming again, because I know that it's you, because most people aren't quite so stupid. But whatever. I mean, this is the life that we live, and some people just... I don't know, they decide that they just want to... Well, they think that random equals funny. I guess if you want to think that, you can do that. F. Exactly, Jorge. She's on the other side of the room. Yeah, just scream at each other at 11:30. Why not? It sucks there are barely any women that are gamers anymore. What? That's a weird statement, considering there's now more women playing games than there's ever been. Mainly just because there's more people in general using computers and things like that. Like, it's not a... Oh yeah, women are so top tier, better than men. I don't agree with that sentiment at all. Everyone is equal to me. But there are more women playing games than ever before, because more of them are just... They have their own computers, they can do what they want, they're getting more into games. It's just the way it is. It's a weird comment to make. You need sleep, so do I. You should see modern... Oh, I know, it's like logging into Roblox, which I've never done, by the way, but I have seen other people do it. It's just cringe. It's just very cringe. Not gonna lie. But anyway. Oh, it is probably time to sleep. Oh. You know, big stretchy time, big sleepy time. AIDS. That's just what I wanted to see as I looked in the chat. Just you saying AIDS. That's all I wanted. That's all I want from life. But like I said, that is gonna end it for now. I would have considered playing Osu, but it's probably not in the best interest of myself and also of the neighbours next door. So, yeah, let's not do that today. Maybe on another day. Is Regal and Snowpelt with Elephant good? Again, it's not going to carry you to the late game, but they'll do for now. They can carry you through a little bit of the map. It's just always make sure that you've got that plant as your primary element, because that's going to carry loads of fights for you. And Shadow, when you get that, also going to be super good. Your sleepy schedule has been messed up since quarantine. Understandable. Understandable. Have a nice day. Yes, good night. Sorry that we couldn't be here for too much longer, Adelina, but, you know, the VOD should be up eventually, hopefully, if YouTube doesn't die. And Matthew, you're saying hello just as we're leaving. Why? Why do you do this to me? Hi, bye! See you later! Wonderful. Well, either way, guys, I appreciate you being here. I will try to be back when I can. It's just difficult trying to find time between schedules and things like that. Am I streaming this week? Well, I just streamed, so I'd assume the answer to that is yes, I just did. Unless you mean later on this week, in which case I don't know yet. Good night for you is afternoon for me. I know it's probably a better time for the Americans and people on that side of the globe at the moment. Yeah, I'm sorry, Matthew. I'm very sorry, but again, we got the VOD coming up, and I normally do not play and stream at around about 10 o'clock. It's normally earlier than this when I've done streams before, so, you know, the people that don't normally get here, there you go. Maybe slightly easier for you, maybe slightly more annoying. It is what it is. You're remaking my playlist that has 1.6k videos. Oh god, I just throw everything into the same playlist. I haven't even looked at that in so long. The videos are backwards. Well, they're gonna be from newest to oldest. So that is kind of just how it is, because it's newest uploads in there. Because I did consider doing it the other way around, but then I was like, oh, but all the old videos are out of date now, so I kind of don't want those to be at the top of the playlist. Rip. But yeah, sleep well, others from Europe. If you're just like midday time, hope you're having a good afternoon, and if you've just woken up, hope you have a good day. I hope to see you soon, Crystal, and everyone else. Goodbye. Goodbye.